What's up, everyone? Today we have a free piece of machinery. I found this online. Said, here's my address, come and get it, first come, first served. It's not that far away from me. Got it, free. I figured at the very least it has a wand and hose. That's 60 bucks right there. If I scrap everything else, I'm ahead. Having said that, the ad said it also worked. It came from someone cleaning out a garage from someone. I don't remember if they passed away or they're moving into a facility and they need to get rid of it. Having said that, it should run according to what they were saying. So we're going to check all the rules. It has oil. It's not really even that bad. It's not new, but it's not bad. It does have fuel. I did check that. I guess we can just go ahead and give it a pull. Something I did know or notice, it's just like every other one. The tank has a crack. Probably will be removing the tank. But then it won't have anything. Who knows. Anyway, let's go ahead and give everything a good look over real quick, and then we'll give it a pull. Coming from experience, this hose and handle, or wand, will most likely fall. So we're just gonna help it out. These little hooks that they're fitting into, they don't hold it in. It's just there to kind of store it when you're not moving it. Stiff breeze, knock it out right over. So we want fast, and we want, I don't know which way the choke goes. I'm assuming that's choke. Cover's missing. Well, let's find out. Maybe that's not choke. Either way, that didn't work. So what we're gonna do is put a little bit of fuel down the throat, or actually maybe through the spark plug. We didn't really check for spark, but let's at least look at the spark plug. Let's take a look. I mean, it's not horrible. So I'm pretty confident we don't really need to worry about spark. Doesn't mean the coil isn't bad, but I just don't see that. I'm sure it has something to do with fuel. There we go. This can's running low. So if you get something for free, you can follow this, especially if it's a free pressure washer, and maybe make a little money or get a free pressure washer out of the deal. Assuming the pump is good. Who knows? It didn't stop. That's good. Maybe it just needs a gentle cleaning. I yet again don't know which way is choke. Let's try that. See if it turns on. Oh, that felt funny. We definitely have a carb problem. So unless it's on choke, it's not going to run. It's not running very well either. As soon as you turn it off choke, you see what happens. Surprisingly though, when I put the cleaner down the plug hole, choke wasn't on, but it ran pretty decent. It did take quite a few pulls, however, so we definitely have something going on with that carb. I'm going to do a quick, easy way. I'll show you what I mean by that. The quick, easy way goes as follows. Get a paper towel. I prefer paper, not like a cloth towel, because I like to see kind of like what happens to the towel if it's stained. This one in particular will turn like green with really bad fuel, so we can kind of gauge that as well. But you see up in there, can't really tell because it's sunken in, but in the center of this bowl there's a 1/2 inch nut that's also the jet. Now I can barely see with my hand in there, and I have to do it, so you're not going to see with my hand in there, which I still have to do it. So I'm just going to take it out. Get yourself a 1/2 inch socket. If it's the OEM one, if it's not the OEM one, you suspect this is aftermarket, it's 12 or 13 millimeter, I don't remember. But get a small ratchet, 1/2 inch, and just take it out. It's going to leak. When it starts leaking, just let it leak. Put a pair of vice grips on the fuel line. Look, the cover makes it easier for us to see. Fuel line right there. I usually put the fuel, can't talk today, the clamp right there. That will make sure to kind of stop the flow of fuel. That way you don't empty the whole fuel tank on your towel. And then once it's done, you can go ahead and continue, or just work through the fuel. It's up to you, but I would prefer not to. Let's see if you can see anything. It's starting to, well, maybe not. I don't know what it is. That's not going to help at all though. Let's see if I can just do it with my fingers. I can. But I did not have a clamp on. Vice grips to the rescue. Well, you can't see it, but the towel actually isn't all that bad. That's good news. It's very good news. Something that is also good news is I'm able to take this out with my fingers. Say that as it gets stuck. Generally, that means it's not super horrible. Yet again, I said it, so it's going to be difficult. Also, it probably helps if you are loosening and not tightening. Kind of just going back and forth, I kind of get stuck on something. There we go. I think I got past it. Now this bowl doesn't seem like it was going to want to come off, and that's okay. If the fuel was super bad, I'd be concerned. We might not even take it off, but this is the jet. Oh, no, we might as well. It's dangling there. Okay. Oh, I'm glad we did. Let me show you this. We got some friends in there. So I'm going to get that cleaned out, wiped out, and then for the jet, I usually just take compressed air and a wire from a brush or something, clean. There's a small little hole in there, that's where the wire, and there's 2 larger holes on the side. You're just going to get those nice and clean. Carb cleaner, brake cleaner. It's all safe for this. I mean, just a piece of metal. Don't have to worry about anything. But then, once that's done, we'll reinstall it. The bowl is nice and clean, so is the jet. So, We're going to take a quick look at that float bowl. Looks fine. If you have a machine that you have a primer bulb, you might want to consider changing that bowl gasket. Technically all of them you should really consider, but this one didn't seem all that bad, so I'm not going to worry too much about it. I mean, it feels pretty good. What's good? Basically, it's not rock hard. Like when I press down the bowl, I can feel the rubber kind of flex a little bit. So that's what I mean by it's probably fine. Okay. Now that that's there, let's go ahead and tighten it up. Don't forget to put the little, it's like cardboard or it's just like a seal or a gasket on the jet too. But don't forget that. Let's go ahead and turn on the fuel. And let's look at it for about 30 or so seconds. We want to make sure that it's not leaking or flooding over. Everything seems dry. I think we're pretty good. Let's give it a moment. Something I do want to go over while we're waiting. This had no cover at all. So I think I have a gray one. I know I have a yellow one. I don't know which one I want to do. Probably the gray. I think the gray one came off a pressure washer anyway, so that might be the better option. But I'm going to go grab that. Give that more time. If it's not leaking or still is dry, then we'll go ahead and give it a pull. Took the liberty of installing the cover. Super easy. You take like a screw that's about an inch long or so. Right there, screw it down, done. No issues. This is the gray one, obviously. Yellow one I tried on there. It was just didn't fit, let's just put it that way. Maybe if this was a red base or something, I don't know. Anyway, continuing on. Let us still have it on full. I think that was choke. First pull. Look at that. Perfect. So I think the next best thing we're going to have to do is check for water pressure on the pump, because the pressure washer is only good if the pump works, and that can condemn a lot of this machine pretty fast if it doesn't work. Everything is nice and connected. I did have to put a new hose seal in there. That's normal. Not too worried about it. They're always missing. It is leaking, so that's what you see. So if it was leaking anywhere else, like coming from like on the pump, that's bad. But I have the air taken out of it mostly. Let's go ahead and see if it works. Put that down. Full throttle, choke. Well, the free pressure washer works. Motor seems fine, pump seems fine. Something I like about these styles is you can adjust the engine speed, and I usually adjust the PSI. So let's say you're washing your car, you don't want to use 2700, or I think that's probably what this is, roughly 26, 27. You know, you can easily ruin the paint if you have a slip up. Put this a little bit lower. Probably not the best thing on the pump, but you know, it'll do just fine. Perfect. I think I will be removing that and just kind of leaving it be. And this is a $100 to $120 pressure washer. I'll put it on there. Someone will ask me for 100, I'll take it. That's fine. But what do we have in it? We have a paper towel, 2 paper towels, excuse me, because I did use another one to clean out the bowl, and the gasket for the hose. Obviously time, I'm not going to count that. And I didn't even put fuel in it. The gas seemed fine, and it came out good colors, no issues. Oil, it's not brand new, but it's still pretty good. I don't even think I'll change it. Let's look at this air filter. I haven't even looked at it yet. Let's take a look. Huh, even the air filter wasn't horrible. It's wet, but I did clean the machine. I mean, it's not bad. It's not good. I will probably put a new air filter in there, but having said that, I have $1. If I did change the oil, maybe a couple more dollars. This is like $2 or $3. I buy them in bulk. $8 if you buy it in the store, maybe more. So I have less than $10 in this. That's pretty good. Let's go over one quick thing though. If the pump had been bad, do you think it would be okay to replace it? I would. Let me show you or explain to you my theory or my reasoning behind it. This is free. Even if we knew we had to replace the filter, do a full tune-up, you're not spending a whole lot of money, like $10, $15. For free, that's pretty good amount of profit so far. A new pump you can get for like $60. So now you have 70 to 75 in there. At that point, I would probably sell this for about 140 to 150 to at least recoup at least $50 to $75. How long would it take you? If you're going to do the same thing I just did, the quick and easy way, without filming, it won't take me about 5-10 minutes. With filming, however long it took for the video. That's not that long. Install the pump. That could be a little bit more of a time vampire, but generally 20 to 30 minutes if you're doing it alone. If you have help, even less than that, maybe 10. So not a whole lot of time. And if you can sell for a decent amount of money, you buy 3,000 PSI. People love to see that. 27, it's going to be a little harder to sell, but at a lower price, I still make $80 to $90 if I sell for 100. That's fine. I'm going to leave you at that. If you have any questions or comments, definitely leave a comment below. Follow me on Instagram, SmallEngine101. I'll catch you on the next video, and don't forget to subscribe. Actually, before I go, I had a few comments because I said that I wasn't going to change the oil on a previous video. I said that you should always change the oil. I'm not going to disagree with you. I'm going to check it again after it ran, because there could be water on it, and you don't really know until you run it. The oil will get milky, just being, you know, splashed around together and mixing together. I just checked the oil. It's not milky. Still looks great. It's at the appropriate level. What's the point of wasting good oil? This has plenty of life in it. It doesn't seem like it's the wrong type. It doesn't smell like fuel. It doesn't smell bad. That is just plain wasteful in my opinion if you're throwing away perfectly good oil. Especially since it's also going to be going to a homeowner most likely. Probably someone's not going to use it more than a few hours a year, if that. So that oil in there can last a few more years at the minimum if they use it the right amount of time. And even if they used it to clean the world's longest driveway, you probably wouldn't be using a machine like this. And even if you were, you should be changing that oil anyway after the end of it. So it's not going to be a problem. Okay, now I'll let you go. Have a good day.